I gathered about 8 volunteers together, and they were all going to go over with me to follow the books to Kasama and then film the beautiful faces of everyone being excited about receiving their books. It was all supposed to be a really happy, terrific journey. Well, we get to Dar es Salaam, and I knew nothing about Dar es Salaam. I find out that it's a city with a lot of turmoil because there's a lot of Muslims and there's a lot of black, shall we just call them natives? And the black natives are in they do not like the Muslims and vice versa. So it's a bit of contention, and at the same time, I just loved listening at night to the prayers being shouted from the prayer towers. I just loved smelling the spices in the air. It was definitely a very different experience than Zambia. You could actually buy rice and what's that the Indian people make? A lot of Indian people too. So they've got their Indian spices, curries, and just lots of spices. Total opposite of Zambia that has no spices. But anyway, I liked the town and the city, and we went into Marisk. I don't know how to really say it, but you've seen the containers on the road that are MERRISK. That's the container that contained our books. And I went into the Marisk office, and I met Mr. Singh. And Mr. Singh and I couldn't have been more different. He is wearing his big turban. He's very, well, I don't want to ask if you're Muslim, Hindu, Islamic, but you get the picture. I wait and wait, and I finally get an appointment to go into his office with him, and I say, hello, I'm from America. I'm here to pick up my books, and I've got this team outside. We're going to film the container of our books being taken into Kasama. And he says, hold it, wait. So who are you? So Zambia Scholarship Fund, and we've gone with the Ministry of Education in Zambia to get these books through the border. He looks. They finally find the paperwork. And he says, oh, madam, you can't have those books. And I said, I can't have the books? And he says, the paperwork is not in order. No, and those books arrived a month ago, and we can only keep them at the dock for 60 to 90 days, and then we ship them back. And I said, well, what's the problem? I thought everything was in order. And he said, no, you have very, very many problems. You don't have a signer. Who is going to receive the books? And I said, the Kasama Teachers College. And he said, well, the principal of the Kasama Teachers College has not signed the papers. And I okay, so what do I do? Because I'm here. I will see that those books get through. I will make sure that signatures are correct. I will do whatever you need me to do. And he thought for a minute, and I don't think he really wanted to deal with me, but he was seeing my excitement and I don't know, something happened in the minute that he said, well, okay, you're going to need to take the train to Kasama, and you're going to need to take these papers and these papers, have the principal sign these papers. If the principal is not there, get a notary to sign who is going to receive the books. How do we get them through the border? You need to have someone sign that they won't be held up at the border. And it was going to be a challenge. So I went back, told my team. They said, well, we're going to see this through. I don't care how long it takes. We're going to see this through. So we rode for the first time on the train from Dar es Salaam to Kasama. That in and of itself is an experience, because you feel like the train is going to break down any minute. It is very old. Maybe they built this in the 60s too. I don't know how old, but the bathrooms are just a hole in the ground, and you have to, you can see the ground as the tracks are going by, and you just have to use the toilets on the tracks as the train is going, and you don't want to be caught in there when the train stops. There is so much thievery on the train that the people who were loading our suitcases in were warning us, because here we had a camera team with a nice camera and tripod and all the things he needed to make a video of this whole thing. And he says, yeah, you're just a target. Everyone can see that you have money with all that camera equipment. Can you hide it? Can you? Anyway, that was scary just to get there. And eventually we got to the college. And when I got to the college, I heard there was a new principal. I went in, I said, where's Mr. Kapembwa? Where's Mr. Kapembwa? He needs to sign these papers. And there was Mr. Mulatula, and a different Mulatula, but some names in Zambia are like Smith and Jones here, and so you have a lot of Bwalias and Mulatulas, and okay, so there was a new principal, and he said, oh, you didn't hear? Mr. Kapembo was asked to retire or fired. They didn't really give him a choice. What happened is someone wrote a letter to the Ministry of Education in Lusaka and said that Mr. Kapembwa has undermined bringing a container of books into Kasama where he intends to sell them for his own gain. So he was in a lot of trouble for bringing the books in. Then we didn't know if they could even get through the border. And now here's this new principal. And I asked him, well, we've got to have your signature, and it needs to be notarized that you're the new principal. And we went through all the paperwork. Anyway, we got it all sorted out. We went back to Dar es Salaam, showed Mr. Singh all the paperwork. He says, oh, okay, the paperwork is in order. Now you need to wait for a driver. And I said, how long will that take? And he said, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I am not sure. We're very short on drivers. And I had no choice but to go back and tell my team it's going to take a lot longer than we thought. Well, one man was kind enough to say he would stay with me the entire time, no matter how long it took. And he would learn how to use the cameras from the cameraman, because the cameraman was going to go back. He couldn't stay that long.